Trish and Noah.
Hi, I'm a resident of 411 Industry Road, and it's down in Buena Vista. And last winter I talked to someone, I don't know who it was, I talked to John today, but I have a shipping crate that's at the bottom of my yard. I've got like 3/4 of an acre, and we're up on the high level, so the yard goes straight back, and it leads down to a dead-end road. There's only one other house, it goes to the sanitation department, and the back of me is the baseball field, and it's really a beautiful vision down there. And we have a big, huge deck, and it's very nice. Well, last fall, someone dumped the shipping cart at the bottom, and the back of my place is all glass. So, very selfishly, I don't like my view being messed up. And when I'm washing dishes, or I'm in the dining room, or whatever, it's like half the size of a train. And it's big, huge letters on it, and it's an eyesore. So I called John, and my problem is, when you look at the baseball field, it is located right now on where first base would be, if you're familiar with baseball, and we watch the games. And all it needs to do is be moved about 100 feet down the third base line, and it wouldn't be in anyone's vision. So I've talked to the neighbor on the right, and he kind of agrees. And like I said, we've got like a 16-foot deck, and we enjoy it, and we enjoy watching the kids. And when I talked to the person last year, they said that the chipping thing was only there for shovels and odds and ends that the road crew might use. But we have noticed that they have the scraper for the kids, you know, for the ball field and stuff. But before, it used to be brought in on a truck, and they would do it, and they don't do it that often when they're preparing the field. So I'm just asking your consideration and maybe moving it down. And I knew somebody that used to move those, and I don't think it would cost $30, $40, whatever you pay your guys. It could be done in 2 seconds. My big thing is, I would like it done soon, before they fill it up with all their baseball stuff.
Well, let's start here, Johnny. Can it be moved? Yeah. Can you guys move it?
We should be able to move it.
Can you meet with Brian to make sure that it's not going to be an issue to move it anywhere? Can you meet? And Commissioner Kuzma also that way. Yeah. I don't see an issue as long as let's just get it moved. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of room down there, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and I've dealt with the road department before, and they do a great job. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Dave Graham.
Yes, with your permission, could I speak from here?
Yes.
I have trouble standing.
Yes.
I'll speak loud enough, hope you can hear me. Is this okay? It's kind of ironic. I was watching a movie the other night. It was called Field of Dreams. And it says that we tore our country apart, build it, tore it apart, rebuild it again. Not unlike the things you guys are doing tonight. But through all the time, the one constant has been what? Baseball. Here we are. The last 2 items on the list is baseball. I'd like to make it 3. About 3 years ago, I came to the board and requested changing the name of the field, the Boston Recreation Area, to the Ronald L. Wise Memorial Field. And after a couple of months of back and forth work, that was granted with the stipulation that we put an appropriate memorial at the site and to make sure to take care of it. We started on that program immediately. We went out, and at the time there was a 2-inch galvanized water pipe sticking in the center field that held the American flag, and we decided that was not appropriate. We worked back and forth with some local people, and eventually, if you go down there now, you have a 50-foot flagpole that at the time there was no gear on it. The flag had blown away during a storm back in 2004. I think they found it up at Colt or something. Anyway, I had some people come in from AG Trimble Company, and they went up the pole and they pronounced it sound, how they put it. It's strong enough to fly a Camaro if we could get it up there. The problem was hadn't seen paint since 1950 or something. So we contracted, we got it painted, and that, if you go down and look today, it's beautiful, appropriate painting with gold ball on top, and we got a 15-year warranty for it. And that did the motivation for us to continue this process. By January of 2013, we eventually had drawn up a design, and we had people look at it and eventually contracted out and had that memorial. It's 5 foot laser engraved, and we had it installed and dedicated in June of 2014. We've made additional improvements. We put a walkway in place. We've done the landscaping. We have bushes. And if you've been down there, it's 3 flags. It's beautiful. It's something this community should be proud of. And as I said, the flagpole and doing that work was the motivation to keep us going. During all that work, in the times that I spent down here, the biggest thing I noticed is we didn't have anybody using the field except what I affectionately call the beer league. These fellows that come out, play a couple softball games, go up and have a beer. So our plan was to put organized baseball here, other than Sarah High School. And come to pass last year, in the middle of the summer, we managed to get a team to come in from the league, and they played half of their season there. And the plan was now to have them put a whole season there. And that's your history lesson. The informational part of this now is we have accomplished that. The Daily News League has been in operation for about 88 years. And we have a Daily News League team. The Daily News is gone, but the league is still here. We have a team down there now that's going to play their home games there. And appropriately, it's called Boston. Most of the teams, they go by their sponsorship names. We decided, since it's Boston, Ron Wise Memorial Field, let's call it Boston. And their name is the Intruders. Hope you can see these things. But the Intruders was, it's a take on the design of the United States Navy patch, and the Intruders being the aircraft that Ronald Wise flew when he did his service through 36 missions with that plane. And it includes, very subtly in the bottom, his initials, RLW. These will be part of the team, Ronald, the Boston, for Boston, Pennsylvania, of course, and the Intruders. Since then, we have a local sponsor, Richard's Trailside Den, who stepped up and gave us some commercial money. We had 2 families, one remained anonymous. They've funded it also, and we're ready to enter the 2016 teams with the Daily News League and start play next month. The group that we have down there, we've stepped up over the last 18 months when some of the kids decided to do a little graffiti on the dugouts and everything. Our people stepped up, painted the dugouts and everything. All those things we did, we felt it was the right thing to do down there. We hope the community will support this organization. There was some talk a little while back, a couple, 3 weeks ago, that they were worried about local people. This is local people. It's Boston, named after the town of Boston. Half of our players are residents. They are former Elizabeth Forward High School baseball players, young men anywhere from 17 to 30 years of age. It's a